Will you abolish the House of Lords, and will it be in your first term?
Yes, we do want to abolish the House of Lords. I don't think anybody can defend the House of Lords.
You said you were going to abolish the House of Lords. Well, are you not now going to abolish the House?
I've said we need to change the House of Lords. I stand by that.
You voted for change. What you got was confusion. Keir Starmer promised honesty, stability and integrity, but instead, Britain got U-turns, backroom deals, and a Prime Minister who speaks in riddles in just a few short weeks. Labour has burned through more trust than the Tories did in a year. And now the sharks are already circling. But this isn't just a policy failure. This is something deeper. This is a collapse of credibility, and it's happening in real time. So the real question is Starmer doing this on purpose? Let's find out.
Let's go straight over now to the political correspondent of The Sun, Martina Bett. Welcome, Martina.
Good morning, Kevin.
Well, look, let's talk about your colleague, Harry Cole. He's written his excellent column in The Sun this morning. And his headline is "Flip-flop PM is all at sea as sharks circle." Taxes look like they may have to go up to fund a backtrack, a U-turn on benefit policy generally. Looks like they want to at least reinstate most of the winter fuel allowance. They're also going to cut back on the benefit cuts that Rachel Reeves wanted to make, the Chancellor. They're having to do this because the left of the Labour Party are complaining. But it just makes the Prime Minister look like a man of straw who just blows with the wind. Whatever you want, I can do it. As Harry says, you know, those are my principles, and if you don't like them, well, I have others. That sums Keir Starmer up. You never quite know what he stands for, but basically what he really stands for is, I'll do anything to stay in power.
That's right. That's how Harry put it in his brilliant column today. You know, he dubbed Keir Starmer the Groucho Marx Prime Minister. And as you said, you know, he goes, these are my principles, and if you don't like them, well, I have others. And, you know, I think that's exactly the problem. And we've seen with this U-turn on winter fuel, you know, where first Labour threatened to take away the payment from 10 million pensioners, then backed off, basically has managed to alienate everyone. You know, they've taken the political hit, burned the public trust, and now won't even get the savings or the market credibility that they were aiming for, as Harry put it. So, you know, it's self-sabotage. It's quite a pattern, actually, because as Harry, again, put it, you know, there's a long list of Labour flip-flops.
So, you just heard it, Labour floated the idea of taking away winter fuel payments, then suddenly reversed course. But let's not pretend this was some innocent miscommunication. This was a test. Starmer's team wanted to see how much pain could they inflict on pensioners before the public pushed back. And when the backlash hit, only then did he blink. But this isn't the first time. He promised public ownership of energy and rail. Now, gone. He vowed to scrap tuition fees. Instead, he scrapped the promise. He stood with Black Lives Matter, then quickly backed away. Flip-flop, betray, repeat.
I think you have already talked about raising taxes on the top 5%. How much would you raise it by?
I've said that we should raise tax for those that have more.
Income tax, would it go up under a Labour government?
And then
national insurance?
No, I don't want income tax to go up under a Labour.
The pattern is clear. Starmer will sell out anyone, pensioners, students, minorities, unions. If it gets him one more headline, this isn't about a single U-turn. This is a Prime Minister who governs by chasing polls, not standing on principles. And every time he reverses course, he's not fixing a mistake. He's exposing exactly who he serves, and it's not you. Before we continue, let us know, are you enjoying the video? If yes, make sure to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exclusive updates on the political shifts happening across Britain. Let's keep going.
Because I think you were discussing this earlier with your previous guest, Simon, that it's a credibility crisis because, you know, now that they're looking at reversing with this winter fuel cut and then the child benefit, that could be a 5 billion hole in the public finances. And we know that the public finances are not going that well. Borrowing went up last week. So she's got very little choice but to hike taxes. So it's very difficult to see how Keir Starmer will still have Rachel Reeves as his Chancellor by the time of the autumn budget.
Now they claim there's a £5 billion hole in the budget, but don't be fooled into thinking Rachel Reeves is the real problem. The problem is the man who keeps throwing his own Chancellor under the bus. Starmer lets her announce the cuts, watches her take the heat, then steps back and pretends to be shocked when it all blows up. And where does it end? With quiet tax hikes, not the kind the wealthy will ever notice, but the kind you will just this month. HMRC was told to expand audits on self-employed workers and small businesses. Starmer won't tax oil giants, but he'll come after your side hustle. He promised no tax hikes for working families, but now he's inventing new ways to squeeze every last penny from the middle class.
If you vote against children getting free school meals, you're not going to find the solution to millions of children growing up in poverty. But on free school meals, a number of boroughs, Wales of course, and the Mayor do provide free school meals. It's a healthy debate in the Labour Party. We think that breakfast clubs, which is where all children at primary school have the chance to come in for support and for food before school, is the way forward. It's a healthy debate, but you know.
That's not fiscal discipline, that's fiscal betrayal. And Rachel Reeves isn't leading the charge, she's the human shield, the one Starmer hides behind while the damage is done.
Exactly right. And Andrew Neil wrote in the Mail over the weekend, and we're going to talk about, if we may, Martina, a kind of problem, I think, that this government is increasingly labouring with, if I can put it that way. He said that in 55 years of covering politics, almost as long as I have been, that he has never known a government, or indeed a Prime Minister, more prone to lying and gaslighting the public. You know, that he said that in the past, in his illustrious career, you know, you didn't go anywhere near suggesting that the Prime Minister ever lied, or that senior politicians ever lied, and yet for Keir Starmer and his crew it seems to be routine. You know, he is not straight with us. This is a problem, isn't it? That anything he says, so when he says, yes, I will be, you know, we're looking at the winter fuel allowance, and people misinterpret that as a U-turn. I'm not sure it is. We don't actually know what to expect from that statement, because you never know with this guy what the truth is. All he said was there'll definitely be some sort of announcement at the next fiscal event. I assume by that he means the budget. That's October. Going to be a bit late for the winter fuel allowance by then, if you think about it. But you never quite know what this guy means, whether he's telling the truth. Will this happen? Or is it just another headline hunting announcement?
Well, I think that's a real problem, because during the general election, and, you know, I followed Keir Starmer during the general election campaign, and he wasn't saying, you know, he kept saying that taxes are not going up, but then in terms of public cuts that we knew were coming because we're already baked into the books, it would say that they wouldn't, you know, that they would solve that by growing the economy. So they weren't really honest with the public then, and that.
Andrew Neil was right. This isn't just political spin, it's a full-blown psychological operation. Starmer isn't avoiding the truth by accident. He was trained to speak in vague emotional language while dodging specifics. That's how we ended up with a Prime Minister who says everything and means nothing. We're reviewing it. We'll make an announcement. We won't raise taxes, probably. These aren't answers, they're mirrors, designed to reflect whatever the public wants to hear that day. But here's the danger. He's counting on you not paying attention. He's betting that by the time the truth catches up, the damage is done and you're too tired to care. This isn't miscommunication. It's premeditated deception. Angela Rayner might be circling, but she's not the storm, she's the symptom. The real crisis. Starmer has no one left who believes in him. The unions feel betrayed. The left is purged. Constituency parties silenced. Even his own shadow cabinet is dodging interviews. Why? Because they've seen the truth up close. They know this is a man who makes decisions at midnight, reverses them at dawn, and blames someone else by lunch. Remember the Diane Abbott scandal? He hung Britain's most senior black MP out to dry, then claimed it wasn't personal, only to backtrack again. If he can betray her, no one is safe. Labour isn't a political party anymore. It's a hostage situation with a PowerPoint deck. And when this ship finally sinks, don't blame the crew, blame the captain who never told them where they were going in the first place. What do you think? Can a man who changes his mind this will often be trusted to lead a country? Tell us in the comments. How long will we let politicians lie to our faces and then blame the system when they get caught? If you want more videos like this one, please like, share, and subscribe for the latest on British politics and how it's changing right before our eyes. Until next time, stay tuned.